Exalted Farseer, the humans are moving, traversing the slope as you predicted. They are walking into our trap.
Yes, but you can never ambush a space marine. Remember that. They expect treachery at every turn. You can only validate their suspicions.
Your orders?
We have locked the humans into this path as they have locked us into ours. They know they enter a gauntlet, and they will likely drag us into it as well. Now we play our parts, and pray that we are the better actors.
Are you certain?
Yes, the path to Mount Korath. This is where the altar said we must go. Why? Do you question my findings?
I do not question your abilities, brother librarian, but I do question their tactical sense. That mountain pass is the perfect location for an ambush.
Listen to the distrust in his voice. He probably calls you mutant behind your back, but he fears your divinity, your power. You must put the child at ease.
I do not deny that this is likely a trap, which is all the more proof that our enemy lies in this direction.
Very true, old friend. Stay alert and follow my lead. I want no mistakes.
Agreed.
Scouts, are you in position?
Yes, my lord. We have discovered the location of the first Eldar forces.
We must find a way to overcome this Eldar strike force before we can scout out a good location to stage our field operations.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Mission 6 of Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. And just something to point out before we start is that they want to scout and find the Eldar force, when in fact it's just down the road. No, it's not even that far.
Yes, my lord.
This level is pretty challenging. It takes a little bit of time to get our things going. We will be having some Imperial Guard support, but the Eldar are pretty relentless, and I consider them to be a tougher foe in the campaign than the Orks. So to get started, let's get our assault cannon up and running, which we're going to be using to take care of the Reaper squads and the Guardian squads. They have a Wraith Lord in their midst, which is physically stronger than the Dreadnought, but Dreadnought's got a little bit more life. So let's try to keep the Dreadnought alive for as long as we possibly can.
Today, the enemy
So let's get started with this fight. You can see the Dreadnought does make short work of the majority of their units. I recommend getting rid of the infantry first, and then you can get lock and loaded with the Wraith Lord. Of course, avoid having full-blown fighting with the Wraith Lord until everything is done. Alright. So that went pretty well. Let's not forget our scouts are going to be very handy. Always target the webway gates.
There's a webway portal. The Eldar use them to quickly travel from one location to another. We must destroy any webway portals we find to limit the Eldar's mobility.
Today, the enemy shall not fear. My faith is my shield.
We stand ready at last.
This is a good location to establish a field base. Gabriel to the Litany of Fury shall block on my location and prepare to drop HQ. Now.
Okay, immediately go about securing these listening posts that we can, and before they upgrade this one.
An open mind.
Smite.
The enemy must be nearby.
And
Yes, Lord.
get things built and ready.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Defending objective.
Okay, we've got a very decent foothold going right now.
Scouts here.
And from here on out, we're going to keep our Dreadnought on this side because we are going to be facing a lot of attacks over here. So the sooner we can get our basics sorted, the better. The sooner we can get some defenses up and running here, the better.
Scouts
Today
charge.
the enemy shall know fear.
Ever vigilant.
Here to serve.
Scouts here. Scouts awaiting orders.
We should be suffering some Eldar attacks from this side.
Faith is eternal. The enemy is
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Okay, they have a webway gate over here.
awaiting orders.
Interesting.
Initiating attack protocol 20.
Well, definitely focus fire that building. That will take care of it quickly.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. On alert, brothers.
At last,
The enemy
back
must
to
be
war.
nearby.
Under fire. Command me.
Not a problem.
I am the instrument of his will.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Engaging the enemy.
Here to serve.
Initiating attack protocol 23.
Walk softly.
Let's see if we
Carry
can
a big
claim a
gun.
little bit more terrain.
Now that we have established our field base, we must continue through the mountain pass on foot. Today the enemy heavy resistance. Make sure you move cautiously and
Commencing
keep the
attack.
field base protected at all times.
Engaging the enemy.
Yes, Lord.
Get 2 more servitors.
The Emperor protects.
Taking damage.
Oh, might be a little bit too ambitious. Yeah, for sure.
Today, the
Way too
enemy shall
ambitious.
know fear.
We don't stand a chance against these Falcon Grav tanks.
The enemies of the Emperor still draw wrath.
What is your
Don't
will?
stand a chance at all.
Instrument of his will.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, well,
Yes, Lord.
was hoping that maybe we will be able to capture that, but guess
My
not.
lord,
Yes,
I have
Lord.
arrived at your request.
We need you to cover the eastern pass. The combat that is occurring here will likely attract the Orc forces nearby.
Yes,
We
Lord.
cannot afford their interference.
Even in
I
death,
understand.
I still serve.
You can count on the Imperial Guard to hold this pass. No Orcs will get by us.
Scouts
Keep
in
me
position.
appraised of the situation. If possible, I will provide you assistance if the Orcs attack.
Yes, my Lord. Your instructions.
Taking damage.
With all due haste.
I am the instrument of his
There
will.
we go. Ranger
At
squad.
last, back to war.
On alert, brothers.
Ever
The
vigilant.
enemy must be nearby.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, Lord. Here to serve. Yes, Lord.
Yeah, here we go. We have our Lehman Russ tanks that we can make use of. Very, very handy tanks. And it's going to keep us from having to get our own tanks for the time being.
Await your instructions.
Like before,
We will crush the
get
enemies
our
of
power
the
supply up and running.
Imperium. At last, back to war.
And we need to go and get that Dreadnought repaired as soon as we can.
Lehman Russ here. You've got it. Armor reporting. Fire.
We're here.
Heavy support available.
What we can do eventually is build a couple of turrets in this area to keep the Orcs at bay. The Orc attacks are never going to be that massive, so don't concern yourself over that too much. Just make sure that you defend yourself well enough to stand your ground against the
He who stands
Eldar.
with me shall be my brother.
Heavy support
That's the most
available.
important.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Initiating attack protocol 23. Initiating attack protocol 23.
My faith is
I
my shield.
am the instrument of his will.
Yes, my lord. The Emperor protects.
Lehman Russ
Well,
here.
those servitors.
Let's
get our turrets up and running.
Support available.
Initializing build
Walk
protocol.
softly.
Enemy is
Carry a
attacking.
big gun.
At last, back to war.
Here to serve.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Guys are more of a nuisance than anything else.
I await your instructions. Initializing build protocol.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Armor reporting.
Here to serve.
Heavy support available.
Command me.
We are going to be pulling back these Lehman Russ tanks eventually. Actually, in fact, we can do it right now. Get them positioned in this location over here, and we are going to gradually start winning over some
What
terrain.
would you have me do?
Yes, Lord.
We will crush the enemies of the Imperium.
With all due haste.
I am the instrument of his will.
Yes, Lord. With all due haste. Yes, most beneficent one.
So after we've set up these turrets, we can leave these servitors over here to make sure that they stay repaired, and then move our army out and go deal with the Eldar forces. Aye.
I will do as you ask.
Faith is eternal.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Charge! What is it you desire?
Put them on control group 3.
To serve again. I am ready to serve again.
Yes, Lord.
At last, back
Yeah, making short work of those. Not a problem at all.
At last, back to war.
Okay, we still need an armory. Get that one next.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Back to war.
We'll show these
And
filthy aliens what Imperial Guard are made of.
let's split our forces in half. So we can have one group focusing on grenade launchers. The other group can focus on plasma guns. Like I said, if the Orks do decide to come through this area, we will be ready for them.
Even in death, I still serve.
My faith is my shield. Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
It is better to die
He
for
who
the
stands
Emperor
with
than
me
live
shall
for
be my
yourself.
brother.
Yes.
Get the upgrade up and running.
The mutant.
Send our tanks in first into battle.
Yes.
Beware the alien.
For that very reason. As you can see, they make short work of their infantry. Even their howling banshees.
My faith is my shield. The Emperor protects.
There we go. Here is the first assault, and it's just a couple of slugger boys. Not a threat at all.
Carry a big gun.
See about capturing this listening post over here.
Here to serve.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Commencing attack. We are
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Even in death, I still serve. Faith is eternal.
Praise the
I
Emperor.
am the instrument of his will.
Okay.
Yes, most beneficent
Maybe
one.
build another turret for safety reasons.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Same
Lord.
pretty much applies here. Another one just for safety reasons. You never know when we might have a sneak attack of sorts.
Again.
And let's start moving in with our Imperial Guard as well.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
What is it you desire?
Where is Colonel
Imperial
Braun?
Guard?
There we go. Attach him to one of the squads in order to benefit from the morale booster.
Must be nearby.
I have waited long.
And now it's just upgrades. We need to get a machine called in the listening post.
Yes, most beneficent one.
engaging the enemy.
Where is... there we go.
Securing commencing attack. Taking
My
damage.
faith is my shield.
For the glory of the Imperium.
I await your
Praise the
instructions.
Emperor.
Not gonna help them much.
The heretic.
Our faith holds us.
What is it you desire?
My faith is my shield.
Command me. Burn,
The Emperor
heretic.
protects.
What is it you desire?
Here to serve.
We can go about building our machine cult and our sacred artifact over here.
The enemy must be nearby.
Your instructions.
What is it you desire? Let them have it! We're here. What is it you desire?
My faith is my shield.
Faith is eternal.
While the enemies of the
At
Emperor
last,
still
back
draw
to
breath,
war.
there can be no peace.
go back and sort that out.
Die! Die! Die!
My faith is my shield.
For this day.
My faith is my shield.
We'll show these filthy aliens what Imperial Guard are made of.
Yes, Lord.
At last, back to war. At last, back to war. Die! Die! Die!
How can I serve? Charge!
Beware the alien, the mutant,
Yes.
the heretic.
Charge! Charge!
Okay, so nothing of importance furthermore.
Praise
Aw.
the Emperor.
Really?
I await your instructions. Yes,
What?
most beneficent one.
Usually in order to get access to these, from what I remember, you need to have an upgraded stronghold. But oh well, doesn't matter. I mean, the sooner we can get to these, the better, because we will get extra requisition from heavily fortified position
He
add-ons.
who stands with me shall be.
No complaints.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Okay, more
He who stands with me shall
upgrades.
be my brother.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Access to tanks.
What would you have me do?
Faith is eternal.
And we're making very good progress.
We're here. Have it! Charge! Charge! We'll show these filthy aliens what Imperial Guard are made of. Let them
Today the enemy shall know fear.
At last, back to
Heavy
war.
support available.
Today the enemy shall
What is
know
it you
fear.
desire?
I await your instructions.
Make a couple of turrets for extra defense. I don't want to end up just unnecessarily losing those buildings.
No peace.
Whoops, there it is.
What is it you desire?
Oh yeah, this is however where our Imperial Guard might be facing some problems. We don't have the means in order to really deal with these guys. Didn't actually think about that, to be honest.
How can I serve? Let them. How can I serve?
Well, let's see, what is the Orkish attack looking like? Still pretty mild. Alright, pull them back. We need to get some tanks for these guys. We could make use of Hellfire
I
Dreadnoughts.
await your instructions.
Of course, we need to sort out the cap.
How can I serve?
Today the enemy shall know
Yeah,
fear.
this is doing a little bit of damage for us. Let's get some of these turrets up and
Yes,
running.
most beneficent one.
Yes.
Pull our forces
My
back.
faith is my
At
shield.
last, back to war.
The Emperor protects.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath,
It is
there
better
can
to
be no
die for the
peace.
Emperor than
Ah, I
live for
keep on doing that.
The Psycho.
Yes. We'll show these filthy aliens what Imperial
Oh yeah,
Guard
this is a
are made of.
fire prism. This is a pretty elite tank on their side.
Show these filthy aliens what
Not a
Imperial
pushover of a thing to go up against. It's got disabling effects on other vehicles, and as you can see, it decimates infantry as well.
Praise the Emperor. While the
Okay, for that
enemies of
very
the
reason why
Emperor
it's going to be
still
a good
draw
idea for
breath,
us
there
to
can be
get
no
our missile
peace.
launchers upgraded. And
It is better to die for the Emperor than
we're
live for
doing
yourself.
pretty well in securing the terrain. Requisition is coming up nicely. Need to get our inspiring aura for a little bit of extra damage.
I am ready to
And
serve.
let our Imperial Guard just recover from the damage that was done.
Command me.
Yes, Lord.
He who
We
stands
need a whole
with
lot
me
more
shall be
requisition
my
than what we've
brother.
got.
My faith is my shield.
Even in death I still serve.
We should, for the most part, be fine over here.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Even in death I still serve. I shall
Today
end
the
you.
enemy shall know fear. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Command me.
Okay, with us having 2 dreadnoughts, we can start using our Imperial Guard to move into battle again.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Get 1 or 2 more
Praise
Space
the
Marine
Emperor.
squads for
My
the
faith
extra
is my
damage.
shield.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
What would you
Initiating attack protocol 23.
Even in death I still serve.
I did not upgrade this, did I? No, I did not.
Command me.
Actually, in some manner, better that we focus on getting our heavily fortified positions up and running for the extra requisition. Our requisition is still, our rate that it comes up is still pretty low, so we need to fix that as quickly as we can. This one over here is now also upgraded, and let's move forward.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Under fire.
You don't stand a
While
chance,
the
sorry
enemies
guys.
of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no
It
peace.
is better to die
While
for
the enemies of the
than
Emperor
live
still
for
draw
yourself.
breath, there can be
At
no
last,
peace.
back to war.
Oh, wow, that hurt.
It is better to die for the Emperor.
The Emperor protects.
Considering that the morale is already so pretty low, that kind of sucked. I don't think the Imperial Guard can capture points for us though. No, only Space Marines
stands
can.
with me shall be my brother.
At last, back to
On alert,
war.
brothers. The enemy
How
must be
can I serve?
nearby.
I command it.
What are we up
Faith
against?
is eternal. I command it.
Beware the alien,
Faith is eternal.
the heretic.
Get them out of the way before we lose that entire squad.
The Emperor protects.
Beware.
Faith is eternal.
Yeah, before we move forward with the Imperial Guard, let's just fix them up a bit.
Back to war.
We are the Imperial Guard. It is time we
The
started
Emperor
acting like it.
protects. On alert, brothers.
Base
The
location
enemy
over
must be
here.
nearby.
Taking heavy fire.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. At last, back to war.
This
Told you I'm a
day
fan of the
shall be a
Hellfire Dreadnought.
I am ready to serve.
Imperium.
Again.
Oh yeah, let's not forget about the upgrades over here.
Taking hits.
What would you have me do?
Under
I
fire.
have waited long for this. I am the instrument of his will. Command me.
Still not a problem with the Orks.
The Emperor protects. Praise the Emperor.
I am the instrument of his will. Command me.
Let them have it.
See about getting a squad over here. We might as well just make it an Assault Marine squad. Because they're much faster on their feet.
I am ready to serve.
Beware the
Again.
alien. The heretic.
At last, back to war.
Taking damage.
Even in death, I still
Taking
serve.
hits.
Let them have
Even
it.
in death, I still serve. It is better to die for the Emperor
On
than live
alert,
for
brothers.
yourself.
The enemy must be
At
nearby.
last, back to
This
war.
day shall be a glorious one for the
Death, I
Imperium.
still serve.
Show these filthy aliens what Imperial Guard are made of.
Command me.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Command me.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I could have sworn that we had
Walk softly.
another Space Marine squad enlisted here, didn't we?
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
We stand ready.
Apparently not.
Back to war.
Charge.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Oh no, we did actually. Here it is. Here it is.
For the
It is
glory
better
of
to
the
die for the
Imperium.
Emperor than live for yourself.
Nice little hidden base over here. Quickly dealing with.
Faith is eternal. I am the instrument of his will.
Oh wow! No! Get them out of the way.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
We're actually almost done with the level.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Faith is eternal.
Under fire. Awaiting orders.
Even
Engaging
in
the
death, I still serve. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for
Walk
yourself.
softly and carry
I
a big
am
gun.
ready to serve. Again.
Walk
Focus fire those fire prisms.
softly, a big gun.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
I am the instrument of his will.
The Emperor protects.
And of course, focus fire those webway gates. They're the biggest problem for us.
I am ready to serve
I await your instructions.
Awaiting orders.
Praise the Emperor.
We are the
Praise the
Emperor's
Emperor.
chosen grouping.
Faith is eternal.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be
Command me.
peace.
Faith is eternal.
The Emperor protects.
Oh yeah, of course, more requisition. Here we come.
Beware the alien, the mutant.
Even in death I still serve. Burn, heretic. Die! I am ready to serve. Again.
Okay, we've cleared out this base over here, which means that our Imperial Guard can now join the battle with our Space Marine brothers.
Even in death I still serve.
While the enemies of the Emperor
It is
still
better to
draw
die
breath,
for the
there can
Emperor
be
than
no
live for
peace.
yourself.
I await your instructions.
My faith is my shield.
Scouts awaiting orders.
But we'll be fine.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Faith is eternal.
Heresy grows.
The Emperor protects.
Even in death I still serve.
What would you
I am the instrument of his will. Faith is eternal.
While the enemies of the Emperor still
am the
draw
instrument
breath,
of
there
his
can
will.
be no peace.
Faith is eternal.
Yes.
At last, back to war.
Yes, my lord.
Command me.
There we go. Now we have a massive army that's going to deal with them and their nonsense.
I will do as you ask.
Taking hits. Fear denies.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Command me.
Last push to go,
This
and
day
we're
shall
done.
Be a glorious one for the Imperium. On alert, brothers. The enemy must
It
be
is
nearby.
better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Walk softly. Carry
I
a
am
big
the
gun.
instrument
Ah,
of his
shit,
will.
fire prisms. Yeah, there's that disabling ability of theirs.
Even in death I
This
still
day
serve.
shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Consolidating position on the objective.
The Emperor protects.
Focus fire the fire prisms first.
Walk softly.
Don't worry too much about losing any units now. We're gonna overpower what they've got.
The Emperor protects.
Oh. What have decided to come and play.
Instructions.
Direct us to the enemy.
Initializing build protocol.
Walk softly. And carry a big gun.
How can I say?
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Engaging the enemy.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. The Emperor protects. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Taking damage.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Yes.
And there we go.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Innocence. Only degrees.
This is it.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
There is no such thing as innocence. Only degrees of
I am the instrument
My
of his
knowledge
will.
is at your disposal. Knowledge is power. Hide it well. Venerate the immortal emperor. I stand ready.
Engaging the enemy.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
Of course, we have to clear out the area first.
My knowledge is at your disposal. Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
There we go.
We are still unearthing more Eldar explosives and demolition charges, but we dare not move them. We replace their triggering mechanisms, however. That is all I care to do with such xenotech.
Was this a trap?
No. By the placement of the charges, it is likely they plan to collapse this area, burying the marker and anyone near it.
They failed. Isidore, study the marker and see where it leads us next.
Captain, Inquisitor Toth has arrived.
Of course he has.
Yes, Captain, it is an impressive sight. But I never claimed Chaos had never set foot on this planet before. I said that if something were here, the impending warp storm would eliminate that threat. Best we not remain to share its fate.
And as I explained, Inquisitor, the Blood Ravens will remain until the last possible moment. Until that happens, in 2 or 3 days hence, I plan on pursuing this riddle.
Captain, I do not presume to question your decisions concerning the Blood Ravens. But when it comes to employing the Colonel's Imperial Guard in your quest...
My quest? Yet again you accuse me of pursuing my personal interests. It is my duty, and yours, to expunge any scent of heresy or chaos.
You overstep yourself.
As do you, Inquisitor. It is not the Colonel's Imperial Guard. Their lives belong to the Emperor. It is by his mandate and will that I use the Imperial Guard against the forces of disorder and elevate them in the glory of holy battle.
I see now that coming here was a mistake. If you are set on a path that will lead you to destruction, I can do nothing to stop you. But I won't allow you to drag us down with you. By inquisitorial edict, I am taking control of the planet Tartarus. All requests for planetary resources, including its military, will go through me, Captain. From this point on, you and your men are on your own.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of level 6. As you can see, tensions are starting to arise, and the thoughts of it being Captain Angelos being the heretic is rising. But in fact, we have now discovered that the heretics in our midst is definitely not the good captain. But more shall be revealed as the storyline progresses. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Refer to your friends who would like to learn some more about Dawn of War. And I will see you next time where we get to face more of the might of Eldar.